The Toronto Zoo is going to become home to a blind baby moose who was rescued in eastern Ontario earlier this month. Now, the 2-month-old baby moose, now named Cedar, was found by an animal rescue group wandering alone on a rural road in Hawkesbury. The moose has spent the past 3 weeks at a wildlife rescue receiving care, and because it can't be released into the wild, the plan is to eventually move the moose to the Toronto Zoo once a disease scan and other risk assessment steps are completed. So for more on this, we're joined by Dolph Dijon, CEO of the Toronto Zoo. Dolph, it's good to have you. Thanks for taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
This is kind of a bittersweet story, right? It's sad to hear the story of little Cedar found on his own, but nice that he's getting the care that's needed. When do you think he's actually going to move to the Toronto Zoo and be under your care?
That is the question I think everybody is wondering, and it's really tough for us to really give you a date or a number yet. A lot of steps need to happen. With an ungulate like this, we want to make sure we're not spreading any diseases, chronic wasting, and a few other issues like that. We need permits from the CFIA and Ministry of Agriculture and Food, and also our veterinarians connecting to make sure we can meet all the needs of this individual. We're talking about a visually impaired moose, so that comes with some unique challenges that our team needs to fully understand.
And because he was found wandering alone, like I know we don't know for certain, but I'm not sure if you know the behavior of moose at all. Do you think his mother abandoned him, or what do you think happened here?
Yeah, really tough to say, but clearly there's been a trauma of some kind. And, it's the stories, I think, that all break our hearts when you see a youngster like this who likely isn't going to make it. And nature sometimes can be very, very cruel. And in this case, this is a really rare case where the orphan has found their way into human care and really begged the what's next question. And I think our first choice always is those animals out in the wild. In this case, though, for compassionate reasons, we have a space. And assuming everything comes together, we look forward to being that forever home for Cedar. And I got to say, I love how people are talking about local wildlife. I think people forget how rich Ontario is and what happens right here in our province.
A lot of moose in Ontario, that's for sure. I mean, when it comes to how you're going to care for Cedar, what will be different that the zoo will have to do compared to Cedar if he wasn't visually impaired?
Yeah, that is going to be key as far as consistency in the space and the place. Often we're mixing things up to really make sure animals are stimulated and really challenging them. And I don't think that's going to be the kind of approach we would take with Cedar. And you're also talking about a male moose. And if you know a lot about moose, you know about antler growth. So every year he's going to start growing into these antlers. They'll get bigger as he gets older. And navigating the space with that as well will mean we'll have to be looking for things that could risk, because that velvet in those antlers can be very sensitive.
Those antlers are just striking. What's the situation now at the zoo? I can't remember. You used to have moose, and I can't remember. I haven't been there in a couple of years. Do you have moose still?
Yeah, Lily and Trilly passed away last year, both over a decade of age. They had a beautiful home in the Canadian domain by the Rouge River. So that space is currently vacant. And we weren't looking for this. We weren't expecting this, but a rare confluence of events. And the public reached out, and we're happy to help if we can.
Everything happens for a reason. Cedar is so cute. I feel like you're going to have a little superstar once he eventually gets to the zoo, with a lot of people coming to see him. Dolph Dijon, CEO of the Toronto Zoo, thanks so much for joining us today. Appreciate it.